So I have recently watched a video from Clark Kegley on 3 universal laws in metaphysics that will apparently transform your reality, quite literally transform it. All amazingly enticing, right? Well, as a channel that focuses on mental health and relationship health, I was sufficiently intrigued and I had to watch it. I have previously seen some other videos from Clark Kegley, so I was intrigued. But I have to say that I'm not impressed. Clark's video covers a range of ideas, largely centered around self-help and self-improvement, invoking concepts from spirituality, psychology, metaphysics, and popular science. Essentially, Clark manages to pack in all the buzzwords that he could possibly find just to lure the audience in. And look, I acknowledge that while the intentions behind these concepts are positive, and aimed at enhancing one's quality of life, it is also crucial to scrutinize their validity, their basis in objective reality and alignment with contemporary scientific and philosophical understanding and knowledge. So let's break it down right now. Let's go into his laws and break him down one by one. But first, let's look at the historical and factual accuracy. The video references the Kabbalion and states that it is based on the Emerald Tablets dating back to 36,000 years ago. Now, the myth of Emerald Tablets, or the Smaragdine Tablet, is supposed to be a compact and cryptic hermetic text that first appeared in a number of early medieval and Arabic sources, and oldest of which dates back to something like 8th century and maybe early 9th century, and is nothing more than a myth. And this is what is crucial. So this claim alone obviously raises questions regarding historical accuracy in his video. Because the oldest known written record that we have is around 5 to 5,500 years ago. But let's break each law one by one. First one, law of cause and effect. The first law is based on the idea that every cause has an effect and vice versa, citing the principle of delay in time. However, this idea is somewhat simplistic and deterministic and doesn't encompass the randomness and unpredictability that is inherent in life. Quantum mechanics, on the other hand, postulates the inherent uncertainty and probabilistic nature of the universe. So instead of viewing life as intrinsically deterministic, we acknowledge the probabilistic and chaotic nature of life, of events that can foster adaptability and resilience. For instance, there's a researcher in psychology that highlights the role of adaptability in managing stress and fostering well-being. Probabilistic thinking means embracing uncertainty and developing probabilistic thinking that can foster adaptability. Studies have actually shown the effectiveness of interventions like mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, in enhancing adaptability and well-being in people. Now, his second law was the law of vibration and law of attraction. Now, law of vibration, as he describes it, is intertwined with the law of attraction. This so-called law has been criticized for being pseudoscientific and lacking any empirical evidence. The notion that like attracts like and that thinking positively will attract positivity is an oversimplification of the complexities of human experience. And not always helpful, as in the case of many people, this can actually lead to bad habits, such as hoping or praying for things to happen rather than going out of your way and making things happen, putting in the effort. So the alternative view that I would propose is based on cognitive behavioral therapy. CBT emphasizes altering negative thought patterns, which actually has empirical support for improving mental health. However, the important thing is that it doesn't claim that positive thinking alone will manifest desired outcomes. Alright, third one is the vibrational scale of emotions. The concept of a vibrational scale of emotion isn't supported by mainstream psychology. Emotions are complex and can't be hierarchically ranked as higher or lower in the universal sense, especially given the fact that most things are a spectrum rather than being super specific. A much better view would be emotion emotion-focused therapy, EFT, which acknowledges the complexity of emotions and aims at helping individuals understand and manage their own emotions better. If anything, I would actually recommend evidence-based therapy. Opting for evidence-based therapeutic approaches like CBT and EFT because it can offer realistic ways to manage your thoughts and emotions backed by extensive and verified research, manifesting an identity. Now, the notion of attracting what one is rather than what one wants raises questions about self-identity. While the importance of identity is well recognized in psychology, Clark's video simplifies the fluid and multifaceted nature of human identity. The alternative view that I'd propose is something like the social identity theory and narrative identity that proposes more nuanced understanding of identity, emphasizing the role of social context and life narratives in shaping your identity. And look, since we're talking about the multifaceted identity exploration, what you should do is try engaging in self-reflection and exploring your own identity in a multifaceted way, considering social, cultural, and narrative aspects, because it can contribute to a more nuanced self-understanding. And narrative therapy is one such approach because it focuses on the stories that individuals construct about their own lives. Consistency principle. Citing Cialdini's consistency principle is more grounded in evidence, as it is well documented in social psychology. However, applying it to the idea of upgrading one's identity oversimplifies the dynamic and evolving nature of one's self. Instead, look at the self-discrepancy theory of Higgins of 1987, which provides a nuanced approach to understanding self-consistency, emphasizing the discrepancies between actual, ideal, and odd selves in shaping behaviors and emotions. My advice: balanced self-view. Adopting a balanced self-view, acknowledging both strengths and areas of growth, aligns with the self-discrepancy theory, and it can actually contribute to healthier self-image and well-being. Look, while Clark Kegley's video offers a perspective aimed at fostering self-improvement and well-being, I'm sure his motives are essentially good. It is also imperative to critically evaluate the concepts presented by anybody who claims that they have a recipe for something, especially if it is based on some alternative or unverified ideas, and seek alternative views grounded in empirical evidence and established theories in psychology and philosophy. You do that and you'll be able to navigate your self-growth journey in a more informed and balanced manner rather than jumping on a bandwagon of any snake oil salesman.